Within this video, we're going to continue working in our lesson 1. Specifically, we're going to be working here inside of interface activity 2, redirecting forces. So of course you can follow along using the PDF, and of course follow along in this video. The goal in this case is to get the ball down here into bucket C, but we want to use more than just one inclined plane. Now, here's a little pro tip and very helpful thing to understand inside of the engine, is that when we are rotating this, it's snapping, and we may want to get a degree that's somewhere in between this 15-degree increment. So what we can do is come up here to the top of the interface, and there's a little button right here, and it's currently toggled on. You can see that because it's blue. If I turn that off, and now I go ahead and rotate, you'll see that it's very smooth. So this is a snap toggle, and we can go ahead and just turn it on or off. I'm going to go ahead and leave it off for now. So if I go ahead and just set it up, say, about right there, and I'm going to go ahead and move this gizmo up a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the snaps off on the grid as well, because I don't really want that. Right, that, so we can get a nice smooth transition, so that works well. And if I hit play, we see that we get the ball quite a bit of force. So next thing we want to do is to actually set it up so that as the ball is headed this way, I can actually bounce it in. Or maybe I want to kind of bounce it back and forth till it finally makes it in. It's totally up to you. The more you use, just understand that it's going to take a little bit longer to test it every time. So let's go ahead and just stop this, and I want to duplicate this actor here inside of the world. So to duplicate an actor that's already inside the world, you just hold down the Alt key on the keyboard, and if you're on a Mac, hold down the Options and click and drag on one of these arrows. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag on this red one right here, so click and drag on it. You see I get a duplicate. This is helpful because now I don't have to come down to my content drawer and drag another one of these in. Now, because I've already got this in here, I want to go ahead and get rid of it. So when an actor is selected, you can press the Delete key, and that will go ahead and get rid of it. So let's go ahead and bring this one over, and I'll use my rotation gizmo to go ahead and turn this, and go ahead and use my move gizmo to kind of set this into place, and hopefully that ball will head this direction. Now I'm going to go ahead and widen this up just a little bit, so about like so. Let's go ahead and hit play and see if we actually get lucky. And there's, yeah, no way that's going to work on the first go. It's just not going to happen. So it's up to you to kind of figure out what it's going to take to actually get that ball to roll down into that C bucket. Yeah, that's not going to work that way either. So one other little pro tip that I want to send your way. You'll notice that this gizmo is not aligned with our actual piece of cheese here. So if I rotate this to make this really obvious, I'm going to go ahead and turn it about that far, right? And I go back to my move gizmo. You notice that it's oriented to the world. Okay, this is telling me that. This is a little world icon. Now when I click this button, watch what actually happens to the gizmo over here. It aligns to the actual actor. So this becomes really handy because now if I grab one of these arrows, it'll actually slide the direction aligned with the actual actor, which is really nice. So I'll go ahead and just pull this back and over like so. There you have it, a quick and easy way to actually align the gizmo to the object to make it easier to manipulate from one place to the next, and it'll actually help out when you're actually using this one as well, this little widget. So give it a go. See if you can get that ball to roll off a couple of these wedges and land down here inside of this C bucket.